Now that you've purchased one of our bucket planters here, what I'm going to walk you through here is how to set up your system. So basically it's going to come with the bucket, which is in two pieces. There's two buckets stacked on top. You have this PVC pipe here, which goes down into there. And then you'll have this cup that's in here. This is your net cup. We'll call it a net cup, but basically what it is it's going to have the soil that's going to stick into the water and wick the water up into the rest of the bucket. So what you're going to want to do, you'll see here also, you have some drainage holes too. So those are, if when you are watering it or it rains or whatever, the plant and soil does have some sort of drainage set up here. So what we want to do first is we're going to fill up this cup with soil. So you'll fill it up. You want to pack it in there pretty tight. And by the way, with these planters, you're going to want to use the same thing you would with any other planter, and you want to use potting soil. Potting soil is going to have really good drainage and water wicking ability. So want to use potting soil when you're using these buckets here for the best effect. You'll fill this up with soil, pack it in there nice and tight, and then when you're ready, you'll set it down in there. And then you'll just start putting in your soil. What you want to do is make sure that this PVC pipe here, you'll see that it is cut at an angle here, and the purpose is so that when it's sitting at the bottom of the bucket, it can still have water flowing out as opposed to being flat. And then the water kind of gets caught up there. So it's at an angle, and you want to make sure that it faces, it's not critical, but you want to make sure it kind of faces towards the middle there. And then we want to pin this here. So when you're filling it up with soil, just kind of make sure that this is all the way against the bucket so that you don't have it kind of leaning in. You have it against here, just give you some more room here. So you're going to fill this all the way up with potting soil. And then whenever you're ready to plant your plant, depending on what you're planting, you'll leave some room there, put your plant in there, and then fill it up. Okay. For the best effect, you want to kind of fill it up, give it a few inches below the bucket line here. And if you can, what you'll want to use is some mulch, either some mulch or some wood chips or something like that, or something to cover up the top. If this is going to be sitting outside, you want to make sure that it has the ability to kind of hold moisture as long as possible. So filling it and topping it off with some mulch or wood chips or something is what we used in our bucket containers. And then once this is all set, you'll want to fill this with water. Now, one thing I didn't mention before is as you're filling this up with soil, you'll want to sort of, maybe fill it up a third of the way and then pour a bunch of water on it. Don't worry about anything because any excess water is going to drain through anyways, but fill up with water. What we want to do is try to get the water nice and moist so that it's ready and sort of primed to be able to pull the water up. If you put the whole thing in there dry and then fill this up, it's going to have a really hard time because when you get soil brand new, it's kind of has this sort of a water phobic sort of characteristic, and it doesn't want to absorb the water. So filling it up a little bit, putting some water on it, fill it more, put some water on it, fill it more, put some water on it. And that way, when you're ready to go and this is all set and done, you can fill this up, and you'll just fill it up right here. And when it's full, you'll start to see the water come out of the drainage hole down here. And it should be set to go. I would probably, for the first maybe day or so, a couple days, water from the top a little bit as you're filling this up, water from the top, just so to make sure that everything stays nice and moist in the soil there. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for your purchase, and thanks for being sustainable.